Welcome. Our cue is always up. It is part of it. It's part of it. Woo! Welcome to Empower Your Empire. With Jamie and Leslie. Yes! We did it. All right. Thank you for coming. Bye. Yay! We are so excited to be here today. Yes. We got guests. We got in-studio audience. And we're back at the Miami CoverGirl Studio, where we are here to talk all things body positivity.
Yes, we are. And it's so important that we touch on this topic because we women go through some stuff.
We sure damn good.
Yeah, everything that goes through our minds, our feelings, our emotions.
Our hormones.
And the last thing we want to worry about is that we don't look good.
Or that we don't feel good.
Yes.
Most importantly.
That's a big part of this. Because when we look good, we feel good.
We do good.
Mm-hmm.
And I heard amen.
Amen.
Yes.
There you go.
You need one of those for me. I know. We need to print two.
No. You need to print a book. No.
So today we want to talk about body positivity and how to bring the positivity to you for your body, right? Wherever you are.
That's right. That's right. That's right. You know what? Fun fact about this. You know that like body positivity, the whole topic actually goes back to the 60s, like from where my outfit is from.
Yeah.
No.
The mod times.
Listen, the mod times. I didn't know. Like once we were, when we decided we were going to talk about this topic, I was like, let's see, like, how do I bring it down on how do I even start talking about this topic? And she went all in. I was like, oh, that was easier than I thought. Obviously something I've experienced and any woman will experience in any given point of her life. But I was very surprised at how far back this topic went in and like the movement and the idea of, I was like, wow, I didn't realize people were like openly trying to bring awareness to this since then.
1960s. It would have sucked to be me at that time, right? Where you were thanked to be fat, not thanked, but we're trying a goodness to being fat, right? Well, nowadays it's not, right? We associate that with being unhealthy, when in reality it can just be genetics.
Right.
And if it's your fault, you know it's your fault. But if it's not, then you shouldn't hold yourself to it. You know what I mean? As long as you put your best foot forward. So I'm happy that we're having this open discussion and that we have these amazing women to be part of this discussion. We definitely have a lot to touch on when it comes to body positivity because there's so many different opinions about what it is to be body positive in your body, right? Whatever your body is, whether you are in a thinner frame like Jamie or a fuller frame like myself, there is no such thing as I'm not being positive towards your body, right? So it doesn't have to be associated with being a certain size, and being positive about your body. It's just being positive about your body.
Yeah, it's just feeling good.
And because when you feel good,
you look good,
and you do good.
That's right.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say that.
Can I get an amen? Amen. I know that's right. And then today we have an amazing guest, like I told you. We have Samantha, who's a photographer. Then we have our Wendy, who's a plus-size model and content creator.
Yes. We have Jacqueline, who's a plus-size model, 22 years old.
We got a young girl.
I love it.
Fresh perspective.
Yes, fresh perspective and
these old hoes.
leading the right way. Like, sometimes it takes a long time
to find that. I'm so happy I found that out.
Exactly. It took the words out of my mouth.
Yes.
Exactly. And then we also have Nicole.
Nicole's an entrepreneur and just started her blogging content creator. Entrepreneurship, right, within your content creation. Yeah. And I'm so excited for this new part of you.
Yeah.
Or this finding this part of you. Right?
Yes,
reinvention.
Evolution.
It's an evolution. There's nothing evil here. Nothing.
All positive. Literally.
Because we're talking about body positivity.
I mean, for real.
Hello. All right. So first and foremost, we want you guys to tell us a little bit about yourselves. So we'll start with Sam, since I mentioned you first. Samantha, tell us a little bit about yourself, please.
So I'm 28. I had to think about
Hey.
that.
Girl.
I'm a photographer. I started doing this like maybe 3 years ago. And since we're talking about body positivity, I feel like it was really about the time that I started doing photography that I kind of started really getting comfortable with myself and like figuring out what body positivity meant to me. So it's been a journey, but I'm here.
Yes! Yeah. Thank you so much for sharing. We're happy to have you here. And how about you, Wendy?
So I'm 27.
It's okay, guys. I thought it was 35 forever.
Yes.
36.
I'm 27. I'm an influencer manager. I've done like social media managing, directing, like everything under the sun that has to do with marketing. And I became like a plus size model when I just started influencing, so it kind of happened by mistake.
My story too.
What a good
It's by mistake, happy accident, and I didn't find out early on. I wish I did because it would have changed so much. So you're so lucky.
Yes.
But yeah, and I've honestly been talking about body positivity since forever, and even like the reason why I started to do everything was because people were like, "Oh my god, like you're fat, but you dress well," and I'm like, "Yeah."
Wow.
I was like, "I'll take it."
Right.
Yeah. We're gonna work on that statement for you. But,
Right.
but I get it. Yeah. Wow.
So finding that, like, people telling you that you could, made you believe you could.
Yeah, like I had a best friend that told me like, you should have a blog, and I would blog and I would write whole like think pieces on stuff, and then it kind of just transforms into like social media now, which is just like making stupid TikToks and like Instagram reels and whatever.
Right.
It is what it is. Yeah.
That's awesome.
That is awesome. Thank you so much for sharing. Happy to have you here.
Happy to have you. All right, Jacqueline, what about you?
Hi. So I am Jacqueline and I'm 22 years old. I recently turned 22. Yes. And I started modeling around a year and a half ago, and it was thanks to something I found on Instagram that was a photographer looking for a plus size model or a model in general, and I was like, oh, maybe me. Like, hey.
Wow, just maybe me, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was like, maybe me, and I DM'd her, and she got back to me, and then from there she told me, she's like, you should try modeling, and I was like, maybe I should do it. But if she hadn't said that, I don't think I would have tried it, I would have been here if it wasn't for that. So that really changed
We
it.
love her.
Yeah.
She put you out here.
Yes.
You deserve it. You do an amazing job.
Yeah.
I'm so excited for you.
Yes.
Thank you for being here.
Yes.
Thank you.
This is amazing.
Yes.
Well, hello, ladies. I'm Nicole, and I am 34. So I feel like the mama bear of the.
38. I'm gonna be 39.
At least from the
guys.
invite.
Yes,
From the
yes.
invite.
I have 2 kids, and I've been an entrepreneur for 12 years. And my body positivity movement started when I started putting myself first, and not my business or my kids or my husband.
Yes.
So I'm really into this gym kind of workout, healthy lifestyle vibe recently, and it's just made me such a better mom, such a better wife, better
Yes.
friend. So I'm all for it.
I love that.
Yes.
We're excited to have you here.
Yes.
This is incredible, and an incredible group of women to have with different walks of life, but yet the same relationship to self, right? It's so hard to find the positive in your body and in your life, right? When things really get bad.
Yeah. I was gonna ask you guys, what was the turning point in each of your body positive journey? I think some of you kind of like touched on that, but if you have an additional layer that you want to add, I'd love to hear it.
I think I think honestly, like the breaking point was I was in a really, really long relationship, and like bless him, it was like high school, like sweetheart kind of thing. But after we broke up, I felt just so like ready to be myself. Like I wanted to know what myself looked like.
Right.
So like I would dress super sexy and provocative like all the time, and then I would realize like wait, like I don't need to look super sexy and like show ass and titties to feel good about myself.
Right.
So then I would go the other way and dress super like baggy.
Yes.
And, like it's like finding that medium of like what makes me feel empowered, I guess. But in that moment it was hard because like that's kind of like, especially in Miami, like that's what we see as like
that's what we
beautiful,
see.
like the BBL girlies, like BBL fashion.
I think everybody feels like
and like growing up Hispanic too, like Cuban, you get put in a faja.
Growing
Latinas
here.
Wrap it
That
up.
itself is a conversation.
I had no idea that like wearing a faja at like 10, 11 was like weird.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and my mom was like, ponte una faja because if not, you're going to get rollitos in the wrong place.
Mhm.
And I look back at that now, I'm like, girl, that's crazy.
Right.
That is insane. Like, obviously, she doesn't know any better because that's how it is
That
in
was-
Cuba,
yeah.
obviously. But, like, yeah, I think that was the turning point. Like, I just wanted to find, I don't know, my style that wasn't necessarily, like, super provocative
Right.
always, like, very sexy.
I would say fashion forward. Because fashion forward is very like, I embrace that a lot. Like I always tell women when they're, I used to be a stylist many years ago,
Yeah.
and they would always say, "How do you wear that dress? It doesn't have any shape." I'm like, commit to it. Like it's
Yeah.
not supposed to hug your body. It's supposed to look like that. And
Yeah.
the whole, it's gonna look big. It's gonna add weight. Like it's gonna look the same on me. Like it's just not supposed to give me that shape. But that's
Yeah.
the wonderful thing about fashion. I love the back.
Yeah, it's hard
Yeah.
because it's like I feel empowered in like both.
Me too.
And it's just knowing when you're dressing for like the male eye,
The male
and, like,
gaze,
the
yeah.
male gaze, and
Yeah.
the female gaze.
Yeah.
And it's like, I feel like we're like dressing for the female gaze is very much my
Yeah,
vibe. Like
me
I
too.
want the vibrant and the colorful makeup and like all the things. Versus like when I would dress for a man, I would dress very like making sure that my lashes were like huge.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
like always having my hair straight.
Yeah.
And like not short ever and stuff.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm doing a big chop and I'm changing everything.
I love
You
love
found
that.
your personal
Positivity
style.
through style.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
I love that so much.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing.
Yes.
amazing.
That was
Ooh,
awesome.
that was
I love
amazing.
that. Yes.
How about you, Jacqueline?
So you touched a lot on the faja, and like
Yeah.
honestly,
Yeah.
yes, like I felt that because when I was younger, I did get told like, oh, this underwear it has like a little faja. Wear that.
Yeah.
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 So today, I think sometimes I'm like, oh, maybe I should wear
Right,
this, you know,
right.
because it does affect as you grow up. You grow up thinking that's normal, or this is what I should be doing.
Right.
So you start doing it as an adult as well, and you're like, oh, this fits me better, or no, because this shows my stomach a little too much, or I should wear something like that's fitted to myself, like this jeans.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, something tight, so you
Yes.
look like, oh,
Yeah.
and I was like, girl, no, it's fine. Like, it looks good either way.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
especially, also, I don't know if any of you that have curly hair, like, struggle with that. Growing
My
up,
hair's
getting
short.
blowouts.
Yeah.
growing
Oh
up.
my
Oh,
God.
yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah. El torniquete.
Yes.
I'm
Louis.
They would relax my hair when I was young. And my hair's like, well, this is an extension pony.
Yeah.
But like, I wear all different types of hair. But my hair is really short. And it's always been short and puffy. And they would relax my hair until one day I said, no, this is ruining my hair. I was a
It is.
kid. Yeah.
Exactly.
I say our parents ruin our own body positivity before we even get to an age where we can accept ourselves for what we are.
Whatever that is.
100%.
Yeah.
You just get told this exact thing. It's like, oh no, you have to look this way.
Like
your
you're fitting a
hair has
box.
to- Yeah.
Yeah.
So that you actually look good. But that's not the reality. Like
It's
if
not.
if you feel good,
You look good,
Yeah.
exactly.
That's what.
What was your turning point for you when you said, you know what, I want to wear this faja or I don't want to wear this faja anymore?
Right.
So
Like, what was that point for you?
So now I just choose to empower myself to say I can do both. If I don't want to wear it, I
Yes.
don't wear it.
Period.
If I want to
Yeah,
wear
the
it, I
power
will
of
wear it.
choice.
And exactly.
Yeah.
And then my curly hair, for example, after I did that first photo shoot, was when I was like, dang, it's really pretty.
Yeah.
Like,
Wow, so that's when you actually saw yourself.
yeah, it was
I
really,
love that.
really beautiful for me.
That is beautiful.
Yeah, and let me see. Till now's when I'm not wearing my straight hair as much. I wear it curly, and I'm like, okay, take care of it, let it get curlier, and like chop it a little bit so it gets
More value.
Yeah.
yeah. And it's just crazy to think that one day I was like, oh, I don't like it. I need it to be straight.
Yeah.
Because if not, it doesn't look elegant or it doesn't look pretty enough. Or,
What was considered pretty? Well,
What
what you
was
were
considered-
told, it was considered pretty.
it was, exactly.
Yeah.
Wow.
Exactly. Or like what looked elegant,
Yes.
If this looks like too much.
Right.
Listen.
You're right.
That is the point right there. One time I was at a job interview for, I won't say the name, but it was a really high-end hospitality group. And they actually told me, the HR person was afraid to tell me, but back then I guess you could say more things. She told me how to straighten my hair. She loved me. She's like, I really recommend that you straighten your hair. And my hair doesn't do well straight. It just
Right.
doesn't.
It just doesn't,
Yeah,
right,
And
right.
she told me that it was one thing to say stop things with the dress because sometimes the type of environment, dress code, I get that. But my hair,
Right.
like I said, okay, I knew that wasn't a job for me.
Right.
Anyways, I just
Yeah,
didn't
of
even want to
course.
do it. That was it.
So in this case, Jacqueline, your body positivity was not just relation to your body, which is so important for people to understand. That body positivity is just more than your body. Your body is
Right.
everything included,
Right.
right? So with Jacqueline, it was her hair, right? That's part of her journey of
Right.
accepting her curly hair. How amazing is that? Thank you so much for sharing.
Yes.
That was so
Yes.
beautiful. Thank you. So now we're gonna be asking Sam, what was the turning point for you when it became, became body positivity? You did mention earlier that it was 2 or 3 years ago when you started doing photography, but is that you feel like when you had to learn that for yourself, or when you chose to learn that, to find that?
I feel like a really big part of it for me was because I've always been big. Like, since I was a little kid, I've been la gordita, like, always,
Right.
you know? And I feel like growing up, for me, it was like, okay, you have to, like, hide, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, you're big, you're different, like, whatever, you have to hide. So I spent a lot of my life, like, hiding, wearing, like, clothes that would cover me up. Like, you literally couldn't see me. When Wendy met me, I think the first day she met me, I was wearing literally the biggest cardigan you've ever seen in your life.
Onto your knees and shit.
It's not even a joke.
Oh
Like,
my
we're at a party, we're
God.
doing a photo shoot, and I was wearing, like, the baggiest, like, to my ankles cardigan, like, if it was winter.
Which is
Look at
crazy
you now.
because look at you. in
Look
this
at
side.
you.
Seriously, like, wow.
Look at you.
I feel like I had to, like, learn. It was like, if I want people to see my work and to see me, they have to see me,
They have to
you
see
know?
you. Correct.
So,
Love that.
I had
Clap
to-
for that, baby.
That's an all in a
Yeah.
clap,
You
right?
gotta see me.
right. So I had to kind of make a lot of, like, adjustments to, like, the way that I spoke to myself,
Yes.
you know? And it was a process, but I'm
so
not hiding
proud of you.
anymore.
Yes,
Yeah,
you
you
are.
definitely are.
You should not need to.
Yeah.
I love that so much.
That
So
is
your
great.
work empowered you to feel
Yeah.
empowered for yourself.
I felt like I had no choice. It was like, if I really love this and I really want to do this, it's like, you either figure it out or it's going to figure you out.
Stop doing it, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So,
It's like practice what you preach, right?
Yeah.
You're behind the lens and you're
I'm behind the
motivating
lens and I'm
others.
telling everybody, like, you're so beautiful. Oh my
Yes.
God, like, I
Yes.
love that. Yes. And it's like, you put me in front of the camera. Still to this day, you put me in front of the camera, I get a little weird.
Yeah.
But
You're gonna get better with time.
Yeah.
Everyone's a little weird.
Yeah. Don't even get me started.
So,
I'm hella weird. No.
but yeah, it's been a process, but I'm
So
here.
proud of you.
For real. Yeah, you are. That's amazing. Wow.
What was your turning point when it came to body positivity, finding the positive in your body?
Yeah, so it's an interesting question because I don't think I ever thought about body positivity. And I know that you had just mentioned that sometimes our parents kind of put that on us, as we're growing up, because they're speaking about the faja and all these things. But I think my mom in particular never talked about it at all.
Mine either.
Right. Mine either.
So
Yeah.
that affected me in a way where she wasn't telling me to wear faja or anything or to do anything with my hair. She just never said anything at all.
Right.
So there was never a situation of like, how do you feel comfortable in that? Or, like, let's figure out your style. What is your
Right.
style? And I think, now having a daughter, it's so important to figure out, like, what's your vibe? Like, what do you feel
Yes.
good in? And I think having those conversations, or the lack of those conversations was really, I think, jarring for me growing up. And of course, now having a daughter. But I think my body positivity movement started now with my second wave of my business. And I think my business, or this new business that I started here in Miami, is very much me feeling empowered about myself. So I can only show up to my business 100% when I show up for myself 100%.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
I feel like
Yes.
I had a business in Boston for 10 years, moved to Miami, and I couldn't really find what was missing in my success story, but I was always putting the money first, the husband first, the kids first, and never what made me feel good. So kind of restarting that now, I feel so good about myself. Especially
Good.
And I'm like,
Hell no. And I fucking can't dance.
I love what you guys
Especially,
are saying.
I'm so happy this is exactly the group we
Yes.
put together for this
Yes.
episode. So thank you again for sharing that. You asked the first question, so
Sorry, wait, before I wanted to say, because of your daughter, my niece also has my exact hair type, and it's been like so healing to help her with her hair because she wants to straighten it and she wants to do all these crazy things, and I'm like, mommy, like this is your hair, we're gonna go do a curly cut.
yeah.
I'm like, if I had a curly cut at 5 years old, like
How much
what
more
would
you
happen?
yourself.
So it's so cool to see how, like, with your daughter, you're like, okay, this is like body positivity.
For sure. And like I posted a video the other day where I was like, I struggled with curly hair, but my daughter doesn't have.
Yeah. We're gonna keep that again. I know that. Say it again.
Amazing. Okay, that's the soundbite.
That definitely is.
It's so
Yeah.
good. Like this is so. My parents, my dad came from the fashion business, and my mom was very much like leaning towards the male gaze, right?
Yeah, of course.
So, I don't know that he did this in a bad way. It's just the societal conditions at that time. Being around models all the time, he was always very like, oh, you have to be skinny, or you're eating too much, or whatever. And when you're little, like your body goes through so many different changes. Like as a child, like you ever seen a kid being bigger, and then all of a sudden they're like been down because I don't know activity. Yeah, like your body. It's like who knows? We're not. The biology is different. And I just remember thinking that, and saying to myself like, this is weird. Like, why do I have to be skinny? Like, or why do I have to look one way? Like, I don't know how to look because, I'm either too big, which I wasn't, or my hair's curly and short, and I hate it. And just like you, like, I think about all those experiences, and I'm like, to my daughter, confidence is the number one thing. Like, your hair is your hair, your body is your body, and you just have to figure it out throughout the end. But, like, if you have confidence, like, that's it. There's nothing you can't. You go through your changes, and you'll embrace them.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Figure it out.
And I guess that's one thing that we didn't get taught growing up because our parents didn't know any better is to embrace the changes that come with growing up or embracing who you are, where you are at the time of your growth, right? Yeah. So, and body positivity for me in general came about, I remember one time my dad told me that he showed a picture to his coworker and this coworker said I was fat. Right, and I remember this like it was yesterday because it's like my father told me a few things and he lived with me all my life, but he was a man of few words, at least in the house. And so him having said that to me, that shit stayed with me. I was like probably like 10, 11, which my chunky is right when you go in daytime, I didn't like tight clothes, so I would rather be in loose stuff. And until I started liking boys. Then I want to be tight and right. I don't know sausage. Girl, tight in the back. Yeast infection after yeast infection. Who cares? I'm one of the boys. I would take off my pants too. Yes. I don't like that. I don't like tight pants. That's why I don't wear pants. I want. That's why I don't wear pants. Anyway, the point is that Latino households suck, right? And that they try to bring you down. They don't even know, right? They think that bringing you down is bringing you up because it's helping you to their realistic and society views, right? Not to you. So asking questions like, what do you like? Like, how do you want to dress? And asking that to yourself. Like, if you have someone as a teenager right now, which is the hardest age to be in this society, it's like, you really got to find out what you like and stick to that and trust that is good for you, right? And finding that, I feel like from young, it just keeps you grounded. And cancels out everybody else's opinions and noise. Yeah, that's why I'm so excited that you're doing this now. Like, it took me until like way later. Like, because you're like, okay, I look like this, or you deal with it, or like you said, and you're just like going with the motion, wearing the long cardigan, or just not feeling it. But like now, having been, I'm gonna be 39, like I said, I've gone through several motions of different weights, right? I got pregnant twice. I was fit. I was lazy one time, where I just got kind of gained weight a little bit, but I was also very okay with it because later, but because I see the transformation that I want my body to have depends on me. Yes. So, and it depends on how I feel. Like,
after I stopped being more active on social media, for me, I was more active in other things, and I relaxed on my physical appearance in a different way. That I was like, yeah, I gained a little weight, but I wasn't like,
That pressure,
I was like, yeah, like
That's
you don't even know it. And
right.
you feel
Pressure to
stressed.
yourself.
You're just like, you're always showing up online and you're seeing yourself, and you're just like, oh, maybe a little this, a little that. And then when that kind of went away, because I just focused my energy into other things, I was just like, yeah, okay, so I gained 6 pounds. Like, that burger was good. Like, I enjoyed that dinner.
Yes.
But now I still show up and I'm like, it's just weight.
Yeah.
Like it's just how I look. Maybe I lose weight differently as an adult, which I do, right?
We all do.
Our
Right.
body changes.
And like, is your body change? It's supposed to evolve. Like, just deal with it. And the better I deal with that, the less afraid I am of like other things, like maybe aging, when my skin is gonna look totally different, or my face, my hair is gonna feel different. Because you have to just embrace it. Like, there's no fountain of youth. Like, there's things that you can do for yourself, but like, feel good here, and then the rest is good.
Right.
Honestly.
And accepting yourself is also making choices to alter or fix or inject or whatever the hell makes you
whatever
happy.
floats your
That is
boat.
part of your body
Yes.
positivity.
Yes.
So because you are changing in any way, which brings me to my next question.
Yes.
You know, how do you feel that the body positivity and fitness can coincide, or is it just like if you're working towards better, that means that you're not body positivity because you want to change your body? For us specifically, right, trying to better ourselves physically, whether it's to become stronger or to lose weight, should be part of your body positivity journey, not something working against it. What do you feel about that?
So I feel like the body positive community is like very polarizing. Like, they either feel like intentionally losing weight in itself is anti-body positive, and we're giving that at all.
Right.
Like, it's a statement that I kind of understand where it comes from, but I feel like that's like a distortion, because at the end of the day, like, what matters is you being healthy. If you're fat and you're healthy, great. If you're unhealthy, man, that sucks. Like, how can we help you?
Right.
But it's not about like glorifying this or glorifying that. Like, really, we're just existing in our bodies, and like we were talking about that, like your dad would tell you, hey, don't eat this, don't eat that.
Right.
I had the opposite of my mom would be like, look, I have to go to work, figure it out. Like, figure it out. Whatever you can eat in the pantry, eat it in the pantry.
Right.
So my relationship with food was like, I'm gonna eat all this junk food all the time. Or like, I was sad, I would get taken out to eat.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like that. That's where I feel like it kind of gets blurry, because people are like, oh, well, losing weight is in body positive and all these things, and it's like, it can be, because really, like, the highest level of body positive is like wanting to nourish your body,
Taking care of your body,
and wanting to take care of it. And like, you have a role here, you're fat, you're this, whatever. The size doesn't really matter. It's just about like taking care of it.
Yes.
That's why, like, before and after pictures, I'm not the biggest fan, because there's no such thing as like an after.
right?
Realistically, you know what I mean? So that's definitely like, at least where I'm at, 'cause I struggle a lot with food, and I struggle a lot with like losing weight. Because my mom will tell me like, well, if you lose weight, you'll lose your job, and I'm like, I don't care. I'll lose my job.
Right.
That's fine.
And which is crazy enough that you say that, because when I started to work on my physical health and I did start losing weight, that is like, oh, don't get too skinny, you're not gonna get work. I'm like, there's no way I'm gonna get skinny, because there's no way. Been working out for 2 years, lost 20 pounds. I mean, come on now.
Like, honestly, and even if you become a stick, like, you will
Right.
pivot,
Right,
and
wherever
you'll
you
figure
are.
it out at the end of the
But
day.
they relate to savage.
Yeah.
Small-minded people, they have this thought process of
100%.
the connection between both is just
No, 100%. That's why, like, I really don't understand it. When I was going to the gym all the time, I would get people being like, oh, I need your workout routine, I need this, I need that. And like, I understand, I respect it, but I'm like, I'm not that person.
Right.
Like, I'm not a fitness influencer. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
Same.
Like,
hello, it's the same thing.
there are plenty of fitness influencers that are plus size. Great, love that for them. But like, for me, I'm like, that's just part of the day.
Yeah.
Like, I go and do that.
Part of your lifestyle now, right?
Yeah, 100%. So I'm like, I go and do that, and I want to come home and like forget that I did. Like, I love that together. Like, I don't think it's like one or the other.
I think that you can coincide you both. It can both be together. You can love your body and find the positive in it, and also work towards it.
Right.
You have a relationship with your, when it comes to like fitness and like living in your body that is your career, basically, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. So I have like a very weird relationship with like the gym, food, and everything. Just because I'm always like, oh, I don't want to go to the gym because I'm gonna be the biggest person there, or I'm gonna feel like they're staring at me.
That's so
Because
relatable.
you're
And you
beautiful.
know,
I'm just saying.
And I was like, oh no, like I just don't want to be there because I also used to work at a gym, which really distorted the way I view the gym.
Because you see
Yeah,
someone.
Yeah.
you hear and you see
Honestly.
so much.
you got BTS of the gym.
It does.
Gym life.
It's insane. The things that you hear are so crazy
Yeah.
that you're like thinking about it. You're like, oh my god, I don't want to show up to that gym because I know Fulano's there, or like this person's there,
Yeah.
and they're gonna be looking at me like, oh, there's not even a change. She's coming to the gym every day, but there's no change.
Right.
And I'm like, there is a change. I'm getting active. I'm moving in my
Stronger,
body.
yeah.
I'm getting stronger.
Which is a huge deal.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But they don't see it that way. They say, oh, you should be getting skinnier. You should be getting your ass should be getting fatter.
Yeah.
This should be, you know, like your arms should be toning up.
Wild.
You know.
So physical pressure on you to go out to the physical gym.
Exactly.
You know, maybe if I would go to the gym and I feel like in a gym with others,
Yeah.
I would probably feel the same way too. So it is a little easier for me because I have it at home. So my experience, obviously, everybody's experience is different.
Right.
So I do look at that. I never thought about that.
Yeah, I think that's what's always in my head when I go anywhere. I'm like, oh my god, like I don't want to do this. But the point is to move your body. The point is to keep living in your body.
Yes.
And not to just be at home and couch potato the whole time.
To take care of your body.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Be healthy. That's
So you think that being body positivity and working on yourself is something that people can do both?
Definitely. You can do both.
it. Right.
And you should always love it. No matter what you're looking at, what you're working towards, you should always love where you're starting, where you're going, everything. You should just enjoy it.
I love
Journey is
that.
part of the
Yeah,
process.
it
Yeah.
is. It definitely is.
I love it. I love it.
Sam.
Yes. So I feel like it really resonated with me when you said the whole thing about like being the biggest person in the gym and people staring at you.
Yeah.
For me, I feel like I relate to that, and then also I have to modify a lot of my exercises when I go to the gym. So I feel like I'm like all eyes are on me. I feel like the biggest thing when it comes to working out and like if you choose to that's something you want to do, right? You want to go down the path of like being active and loving yourself. It has to come from a place of love. It can't come from a place of like, oh my god, I'm so fat, I hate my body, because it's not gonna work.
Mm-hmm. You're gonna do a lot of things.
You're gonna fall into a cycle.
Yes.
And then it's
And
like
you're gonna
never
binge.
learn. Right, you're gonna
Yeah.
binge.
You're gonna
Exactly.
binge. Yeah.
So for me, that was something that I struggled with for a really long time because I was like, oh my god, I don't like the way that I look. I'm gonna go to the gym and work out. And it's like I was showing up every day because I didn't like myself.
Yeah.
So I would go work out, do all these things, and then at the end of the day, I came home and I still didn't like myself.
Right.
So I started to notice a difference in like not just the way that like I felt, because working out, I used to think it was a lie. I used to think the scientists were wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Like, go for a walk, work out, exercise. Like, it'll
Yeah.
help the way that you feel like mentally. I thought it was like, you know, just talking.
Yes.
They were not just talking.
They're not.
Yeah.
It's
No, it's
real.
a big deal.
And so once I started realizing, I'm like, wait, like this is like actually good for me mentally. Like I feel
You
lighter.
feel good.
I'm less anxious. Like there's a lot of
Yeah.
things that I'm less worried about. I felt more inclined to like lean into that. And I feel like over the course of my life, I have had a lot of issues with going to the gym, eating healthy, and all this stuff because I had like a not great relationship with food
Mm-hmm.
and with the gym. Everybody wants you to be there. You don't want to be there.
Right.
But I feel like I found stuff that I enjoyed doing.
There it is.
For me, for example, Wendy dragged me out to a salsa class.
Oh,
And-
which we love.
I love.
I like
love.
want to sign up for one so bad.
Honestly, one of the best decisions I ever made.
Absolutely.
Because it's like
Yeah.
you're being active, but it's like you don't even know this.
It's
It's
fun.
like you're enjoying yourself. You're having a
Yeah.
good time. You're learning something new, so it's like keeping you engaged. It's keeping you like,
Mm-hmm.
you know, your mind is elsewhere.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think definitely if being active and working out is something you want to do and you want to incorporate body positivity, it has to come from a place of love.
I love that so much, and I agree. I listen. How about you, Nicole? Obviously, fitness is your life.
Yeah. Well, it's my new life.
It's your new
yeah,
life.
and I went into it for mental health reasons, right? Like I went into it to feel good on the inside, not to achieve any muscle gains, to achieve any weight gains. I really went into it because I understood that it was going to make me feel better after I did that grueling exercise. But I think for me, finding a good gym home was the most important thing. And I come from Boston, where it's very Anglo. So moving here to Miami and being in a very Latin cultural experience in a very city, I actually moved to a place where I go to an all-black and Latina female gym.
I love that.
And I cried the first class because I had never seen, for example, older Dominican women working out.
Wow.
Correct.
Same.
Wow.
Correct.
Like,
Yes.
like
We didn't work out. Our family doesn't work out.
No, they pick up pailas.
Yeah.
Cans of beans. Or the bag of arroz, el aceite, el papel. Right. They worked out. No, they worked out, but in different ways.
Yeah.
For me to see like black and Latin women in a gym environment and working out, and like one of the oldest gym members that we have is almost 70.
Wow.
And she looks like she's 40.
I bet.
And then I asked her, what have you been doing? How do you look so good? And she goes, I've been working out for the last 3 years.
Yeah.
And she's not thin. She's just healthy.
Yeah.
And she's strong.
Right.
And for me to equate Black and Latina women in that space, which I had never seen before, I literally cried.
I believe you. That's why I'm like, we need the name of that gym.
I was like,
yeah.
it's like, this is the best.
Well, está fuera de todo.
Yes.
You see this?
Yeah, but
I
it was,
wanna go.
it
Can
was
you have me
something
take
really
that?
special. You can.
I love that.
But it was something really special to
Yeah.
experience, and
Yeah.
I love, going back to the mom role that I play. I love that my daughter gets to see that.
Yes.
I love that.
No,
I love that you're doing that for you
awesome.
and your daughter.
Yeah.
And for, the future you is what I like to say. Like, when we show up for ourselves now, we're showing up for our future selves.
That's right.
Because there's nothing worse than regretting losing time.
Correct.
You could have been, creating the life that you want for yourself. Because consistency builds lifestyle. So you have to make those efforts to stay consistent for it to become part of who you are, and it be something that you yearn or that you find. Like, I want to move my body, but I don't want to do it the typical way. That Darlene was actually telling us about her pole dancing, how that has really helped her evolve and find that the light
Right.
in life
In herself
and within herself,
Yeah.
right? And how amazing is that, right? Pole dancing is hard, but she's like, it's such a judgment-free zone. Everyone's learning. And I feel like the salsa dancing for you ladies, it's just like a safe zone because everyone there is the same objective. Same with the women's gym.
Yeah.
Right? Every woman here feels the same way. We're happy. We don't have to deal with no man looking at us or telling us how to lift the right way.
Listen, I hate that. I'm like, I'm here in my zone. Thank you so much, but like, if your motive is not really, it's like,
most of the time it ain't.
and of course it's not.
I want to be right.
They just want to kick it. They just want to kick it, and it's frustrating because you're just there trying to do whatever for yourself and not be a visual point of any kind, well, good or bad, because that's what happens at the gym. As you
know.
Yeah.
You got the inside scoop here, so you want to know what they were saying at the gym about you.
No,
She got an idea.
Listen, there's a saying that says you are what you repeat. So with consistency,
Hello.
there's that, and it's like, well, short story, in my second pregnancy, I gained 70 pounds. I had never been that size in my life. So obviously I was pregnant, so I learned to make sure, postpartum depression, all that stuff, to make sure it was like, this is you right now, but you just had a baby, girl.
Right.
Relax. Like, your body's just going through a whole other change. Forget about the weight. Just be healthy for yourself right now and deal with it. 2-year journey to lose the weight, but I did, and taught me a lot about myself. Number one, it made me look at being a different size from a whole different perspective. Because, one, I was never that size, and seeing people look at me one way that was different from what I've ever, that was, I remember where I was. It was in Brooklyn, getting ice cream with my husband, with the kids in Williamsburg. And we were just out, and I had a really nice dress on, and I was looking great, but people were just looking at me this one way. And I remember obviously feeling bad that day, But I was just like, that was a point for me where I was like, you know what? If I'm gonna look like this, I'm gonna be the cutest big girl you've never seen. And I said, but I am gonna work out because I feel comfortable with my body when I work out for other reasons other than just like the physical. Like I feel good when my body's healthy. Right? So I bought myself a round of a couple of dresses from Target. It was a Who What Wear collection that they did. They had a really nice,
yes, they always do
beautiful collection, right? And I said, I don't want to invest so much clothing into this because I'm working out. But every time I went out, I was looking like the fattest that I could ever look because I said, this size is not going to define me. Like, doesn't mean I can't be pretty. Doesn't mean I can't feel good. My hair was looking fabulous. And baby, so I was going to rock it and do whatever I was going to do with it. And then I just slowly lost weight. Healthy way, in a balanced way, in a way that didn't hurt my body, that didn't cause me to binge. Earned a new relationship with food, with the gym, learned what I couldn't do at first, how my mobility evolved, and how I was able to do different things with consistency.
Yes.
And then it just became my life. And now I run 7 miles, 5 days a week. I work out. I do all these things. And more than ever, most importantly, it's just about that is my time to just be like, I feel good. It's my therapy. I need to do it for other reasons than to just look a certain way. If I gain a pound or 6 or whatever, so what? Like,
you did it with love.
I did it with love towards myself. And this is how and why I feel good. It's not about the size.
And I think one of the important things that you touch about in terms of consistency is that consistency actually isn't linear at all.
Mm-hmm.
It is actually a very much emotional.
Yes.
It's taken me 11 months to show up to the gym.
Yes.
Consistently. 11 months. Like people think you go and it happens overnight, and it's just like it's taken me almost a year.
Yeah.
Actually, I love it.
Yes.
And there are days where I cried. I'm like, I don't want to go. And I'm like, come on, get up. This is what you want. And having accountability is also key.
Yeah.
But consistency is not linear. So it's you have to be kind to yourself.
Yes.
You do.
And it's also like and it's also really difficult when you have like chronic illness. So like I have Hashimoto's, which is not like a scary thing.
Which is actually her brother. She told me her brother has Hashimoto.
Yeah.
I didn't even know what Hashimoto.
Yeah, it's like a thyroid condition. But I'll have days where I'm like, I cannot get out of bed. Like I am exhausted, whatever. And like I'm sure, as you guys know, like going to the gym lowers your immune system.
Yeah.
So every single time I take a break from the gym and I go back, immediately I get sick.
Yeah.
And it's not like a little like, oh my god, I'm sick. Like, I have these sniffles. Like no, I am down for like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So it's really hard. I feel like also for people who are bigger and have these like chronic issues,
Of course,
because you're trying to stay like as much as you can consistent, but then it's like you get hit with these waves of like all these different illnesses, and it's like it sucks because it's like counterintuitive. Like oh, if you want to help that illness, you have to lose weight, but if you want to lose weight, you have to stay consistent, but you're sick.
Yeah.
So it sucks.
Yeah, that's a hard balance. Yeah,
Oh,
because
no,
like
it
how
sucks.
do you even you have to find the strength.
Well, that's what I was
like,
gonna suggest. When you are there, now consistently enough what the repercussions of your working out is going to be, right? So you're going to get sick, or to what extent, how hard can you go before you get to the level where it affects you that you are not put down for the next 3 days? Or what do you do in those times where those 3 days that you are down? Maybe it is something simpler, but you are still working towards something. So I feel like you have to find a balance in your reality. Whatever that is, because unfortunately that's the case for you and a lot of other people. But finding a little bit within that little bit is enough sometimes. Because you're putting your best foot forward. I mean, that's not gonna stop and change, unfortunately, right?
No, 100%. I tell people all the time, I'm like, just go for a walk.
There you go. Exactly. Exactly.
Sick as a dog, just go for a walk.
As long as you're trying, you're 1% better.
Exactly.
It doesn't have to be like it doesn't.
So they are podcast. Yes.
It doesn't have to be like this huge thing. You know, I feel like for a long time I used to beat myself up because I was like, damn, I was doing so good going to the gym for like 3-4 months straight, and then I'd get really busy with work and I can't leave my house for a week and a half. And then I'm like, damn, now I have to start over, and it's like, but at least I'm going back.
At least you can start
At
over.
least I can do it again.
Yes.
Which is the most important thing. it becomes a problem when you can't and you stop.
Right.
Well, think about this. If you're 1% better every single day, by the end of the month, in 30 days, you'll be 30% better. Imagine for all
It was so good that my little onesie on my cookies are like that. I love them.
The faja pops.
The onesie said, boom! All right, we're gonna have some fashion tips for all sizes next.
So,
Jay.
yeah.
I mean, because it says Jay.
Oh, it does.
It's your cue.
So, okay, like we were touching on before, really, seriously, like body positivity or not, like fashion really is for everybody. And whoever said it wasn't needs to just
Take a seat.
for real. Like, just leave the room, actually. Like, there's no wrong way to wear anything because when you're wearing style, you're also wearing confidence.
Yeah.
You know, like, that's it. So, like, where would you want...
Styling your confidence.
Ooh.
Hello.
Oh my god, I got your shirt now.
So, put a light bulb right here over my head.
Listen, when I was styling, like back in the day for buying magazines and everything, and also when I had my retail store online, the biggest question I would get, oh, but you look like that, you can wear that. I'm like, so can you. And most of the time, I would get them into the garment, and then they would feel good about it.
Yes, they'll be like, I didn't know this would look like this on me.
Right.
Give it a try.
You didn't even give it a chance. You just immediately eliminated it, and you have to just try it on. Believe me, you know how many things I try on and didn't look good?
Right.
And it has nothing to do with me. Manufacturing process, size grading, there's a million, just like bad quality material, that all affects how you look.
And I would say start with fit. If it doesn't fit good, it doesn't look
It
good.
doesn't look
Okay?
good.
If it's too tight, it ain't right.
Oh!
Unless you are going for more, not contour, ¿cómo se llama when it's tight with a seat?
Contour?
No, man.
Okay.
Body con.
Body con.
But even then, you could have a too small dress and it eats into
That's
like,
right.
you
If
know?
it's creasing, it
Yeah.
ain't creasing.
Wow!
If it's creasing, it ain't creasing.
Copyright on the house. We need to get into an advertising house.
She's a poet.
So we said it starts with fit. Obviously, all the things that I just said.
And then you want to focus on highlighting your favorite features. So if you like your legs, like I do, Emma was in a mini.
Yes, she is.
And it needs to be shorter.
For real, all the time.
time.
She tries on something up to her knees and she's already like, head to here.
I just like
What's your
my
legs?
legs. I like my legs. That's all I say. But if it was something else, you emphasize on that.
Yes.
And sometimes, just because I like my legs, doesn't mean I don't cover them. I mean, barely. So
No,
this is
no,
why.
this is my facts. I've never seen her.
I only have one.
Oh, the
pair of
jeans that we wore the last time we
The
filmed. But
boyfriend
honestly, I've never seen your jeans before that.
I don't. I have a pair of
That's
jeans
crazy.
that I love, but I've never
Crazy pants
crazy
that you don't wear.
Crazy skirt.
Crazy skirt.
So yes. It's your turn. How bad?
I think that also having like staple pieces, like that you can
Yes.
style up or down, like
Yes.
a white button up or button down. I don't know how people call it nowadays. An oversized blazer, right, or a good fitted blazer, a tailored blazer is always a good look because you wear that with jeans or skirts,
Right.
office or to chill.
Right.
A simple black dress, and again, making sure that you're not looking at the size and then letting that deviate you to forgetting it, right? Or
Right.
because you have to get it in a bigger size, you're like, I know you won't comprar esto because it's the bigger size. Only you know that.
Right.
And as long as you're okay with that, and that means if you're not okay with that, then you make a change in you.
Right.
And sometimes, again, it's not the clothes, and it may just be that, not you, it's maybe the clothes.
Production.
But again, it depends how you feel. Right. So if you want to feel better in a smaller size, and that's up to you to make that decision.
Yes.
Don't base it on buying the smaller size to pretend to feel good.
Only get to fit in it later. Like seriously, just
Oh,
buy
no.
the size
Get rid
that
of
fits
it.
you. Like just
Yeah,
get rid of it.
if it don't fit you
change
now,
it.
get rid of it.
That's it.
It's actually detrimental to the mindset, to the mental health.
Yes.
To keep things that you don't fit you around.
Yes.
¿Pa qué? ¿Pa quién?
And also the versatile staple pieces, they're not always like the regular stuff like we
Not
talk
what I just
about.
said, right.
It could just be something that's regular for you. Like I have like 5 of these in different prints or textures
Yeah.
because I wear this a lot.
Yeah.
Or I have a few slip dresses because I also wear them a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So those staple pieces can vary for every single person, every single body, every single individual. That's it. But
Your
it's
style,
best
your
though.
choice.
Yeah, your style and choice. But definitely the white bottom gown
It's
is
a
a staple
staple
for me.
for
Yeah.
sure.
And so
For
many
sure.
ways to wear that.
No,
Really,
endless.
yeah.
And then overall, we think that confidence is key, right? You can wear a bag, you can wear a suit,
Mm-hmm.
you can wear a dress, you can wear baggy jeans, you wear tight jeans. It all depends on you and your confidence when you have that on.
That's right.
And then you want to wear pieces and things that make you feel confident. I mean, Wendy found her love for her body through styling her body.
Yeah.
And inspired others to see that in her enough to be like, hey, this is something you should be doing for others.
Right.
Because we need that. Community needs that. We don't get enough of people, specifically our size, you know, of a bigger size, that they know that dress well or that dress to our bodies. Needing that. Finding the
Right.
confidence in what you wear.
Right.
So the confidence can ooze out of you. And people be like, where's that from? Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I love that question.
Yeah. And don't forget about a little accessory.
Oh,
To just bling
Jamie
it
loves
out.
to accessorize.
I do. I have 100,000 bells.
She sure does.
Earrings, rings.
Not me. I got a couple of
necklaces.
things. I wear the same.
But no, but this is staple for you. This is exactly to my point before. Like those are her staple jewelry accessories. I
have a
I'm
million.
little excited. But because I love style and I like changing my look and my hair. And I am never the same person for too long.
She sure is not.
I'm not. And that's okay. I like that.
Is everybody's phone going?
You
I'm like, is there an emergency?
Mine We're filming.
It's not mine.
Yes. So now that we've, gave you our styling tips, we're gonna ask our guests to see what styling tips they have to boost up their confidence.
Yeah.
Wendy?
So I like to wear things that maybe necessarily aren't how they're meant. So like, yeah, I love doing that. So like, if I have like a long skirt and I want to show some leg, I'll wear it as a dress.
Love.
Things like that, or like the bikini bottoms, putting them backwards so that I have more coverage in the front.
Whoa!
And the cheese
For me.
Yeah, it's honestly,
Ooh.
it's so good because it's like you know how bikini bottoms they always like, especially plus size, they
Yes.
usually don't come in like a thong
Unless they're high waisted, they don't come high enough, right?
Yeah, exactly. And even then, like
Yeah.
they never come in like a thong. And like personally, I like wearing a thong.
We
Right?
I
And
love
it's
that.
hard to find one that's like a thong, but it's high waisted in the front.
Yeah.
So you just spin them around, and you have more coverage in the front. So you want to hide your pupa a little bit.
Yeah.
You can do that, and then in the back you have like full cheeks out.
Ah.
Yeah. I know that there was like a TikTok trend that it was like getting a mesh long sleeve and making it into like look almost like this.
Yeah.
I've done things like that. So like wearing things, I guess like
No
Go a
bench
long
and
way. Yeah.
yeah, and I have found that like especially with plus size you kind of have to do that
Yes.
because it's just super frumpy.
Yes.
Like for example, like one big retailer that like I love them and love the work that they're doing, but their stuff is just not the best styling in my opinion.
Yeah.
And I'll go into their fitting room and I'll make a video and people are like, wait, but like where is that Crocs cardigan from? I'm like, girl, this is a cardigan that reaches my knees that I tucked into my bra. So
Yeah.
and yeah, like I feel like getting creative with that has
Yes.
been the best. Like you kind of just have to look for little things, but
Get creative.
yeah, figure it
Hair
out.
ties are part of my outfit most of the time.
Yeah.
You see, I'll make a knot that didn't exist, and I'll just turn a big, oversized sabana into like a whole outfit.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, that's how I like to wear
Yeah.
myself too, because I don't like wearing like if it doesn't look flattering in one way, and I'm like, oh, I don't know, like I don't
I
know about
adjust it,
that.
yeah.
I just exist to
Yeah.
like the outfit, like the piece. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's hard to find good pieces when you're plus size, so you gotta get creative.
Very. Did you guys hear that?
Yeah.
It's very hard. Yeah. We got minimum like 5 stores that I go to see. Like, mommy did. But, try,
100%.
and right, and it's not in the store. Most
Yeah. Online only.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about you, Jackie?
So for me, I'm recently just finding my style.
Yeah.
Like, and just figuring it out because I feel like I used to wear a lot of either tight clothes or very, very loose as well.
Right.
And it was like long sleeves, like a lot of long sleeves. You know,
Yeah.
long sleeve right now.
Yeah.
I used to do that a lot, and it was like crop, this, that. And I'm like, okay, you
Yeah.
need to switch. You need to like add something to it, a little
Right.
spice, a little necklace, a little earrings, something.
Right.
And that's what I'm figuring out. And I also like styling my hair with my outfits.
Me
Like
too.
right now, it's all down, but most of the time I'll like do something to it. I'll hold it. I'll do like a little braid,
Yeah.
and just something to like add a little cute spice to it.
Yeah.
I love that. So using your hair to figure out your outfit, like
Yes.
style your outfit.
Yes.
I love that so much.
Yeah.
How about you?
For me, I think I've gotten more experimental with the kind of clothes that I wear as a recent.
I love
I
that.
feel like I'm like, okay, I'll try a little pattern and see what.
Yeah!
That's the pattern.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
was like the color that I felt the most comfortable in, but like
Yeah.
little by little, just trying stuff that's out of your comfort zone,
Mhm.
like different colors, and just honestly, for me, it's like about feeling good in what I'm wearing.
Yes.
So
I love that.
Yeah.
So confidence, obviously, just
Yeah.
it just the finding the outfit that makes you feel good brings out
yeah,
the
if I
confidence.
feel good, I feel like that's fine. We're good.
That's
We're good
it.
to go.
Perfect.
Like, I can be in
Yeah.
a garbage bag with a belt, and I'm like,
Hey.
I'm back.
How about you, Nicole?
So it's interesting because confidence for me in my clothing is peace of mind. Like I juggle so much during the day. I'm up at 5 and I don't go to sleep till like 11.
Yeah.
So I have so much going on in my day that I wear a lot of black. And I know Leslie hates it because she always has something to say. But to me, like I do it when I'm on vacation. Like
Right.
I'm like, okay, now I can like be flirty and like, accessorize.
think
But
about
on my
it.
day to day,
Yeah.
I don't think about it.
When I
Yeah.
saw you on the
You
post where you
look
had the color pants, I was like, wow, baby,
And I did
dame color.
But on my day to day, I like wearing very basic
Yeah.
clothing. I'm also like a corporate girly.
Yeah.
So I like just showing up to meetings, know that I'm like well put together.
Yeah.
I don't want to go into a situation thinking like, damn, do I look good? Like, does this look good? Like questioning it.
Right.
So I know all of the pieces. I know everything matches.
Yes.
As long as you be black.
But there's comfort in that.
Yes, there is.
Yes.
There's
Yes.
confidence and comfort too.
Yes.
And because a lot of my stuff is usually around the same shade, I find a lot of textures to play with, or crop tops,
Which
or
I love.
jeans.
Yeah.
So for me, it's more about like I know that when I put something on and I'm walking into a meeting to do a sales pitch, I'm like, my outfit looks good.
Yes.
Let's talk about this money.
Yes.
You want your outfits to be a distraction, so you keep it
Yeah.
as minimalist and classy as you
Absolutely.
can for the job
Absolutely.
and purpose that you have.
Yeah.
I
Even my
love
house
that.
is minimal. Like my mom's like, "Falta cuadro." I'm like, no.
No,
But that's what you're traumatized.
Girl, with the tassels.
I had one of everybody I knew on the wall all my life. I still got it at home. That's something that trickled down. We're gonna move forward. Now, I want to ask you, beautiful ladies, one piece of advice that you would give to your younger self, in regards to kind of finding that. What would you have loved to know that you know now that you wish you would carry with you?
I think like a big thing is like not to chase boys. Like I wish I could go back because I was atrevida. Like
Oh, it sounds like you want to body bust for your hair. Let's your head.
Take that.
One down.
I was always dressing for the male gaze and like wanting that attention from men because I felt like that was very validating for me.
As a gordita, no, you
Of
were gordita. I think that's very relatable too, because I was very boy crazy. Like
Of
I was boy crazy.
Girls.
Yeah.
In general, not every girl knows.
I'm going crazy.
Okay.
I think it had nothing to do. Yeah.
I mean, but to me, every boy that said yes, it was a yes for me too. Because
100%.
I was so worried about not getting all these no's
Yeah.
that anybody would choose me. I'm like, you
Yeah,
want
it is.
Now you want it.
Of
You know,
course.
open for it.
Yeah, like
It's
my validations definitely lied in like men and like other people, like my family too. Like I was like, oh my god, like I have to wear this faja. I have to always have earrings on. Like I have to have my nails always done. Like all these things. And like in reality, when I was younger, I was such a tomboy that like I hated having my nails. The only reason I have my nails done is because of work. Like I hate having my nails done, or I hated it, and like I hated having accessories and all these things.
Yeah.
I just didn't feel like myself.
Yeah.
And then like dating a guy, I would have to like dress up and like whatever for that person, like what I felt was that validation. And then yeah, like as I've grown up, I'm like, I don't care about them, and I want to do my own thing now because of me. Thank God my boyfriend very supportive.
Yes,
He's
I
like,
love
he's
that.
like, your hair's pink. That's great.
I like it.
But yeah, 100%. Like I would tell little Wendy, like, girl, please stop with the external validation. Like
Yes.
I know that sounds so bad, but it's like
No,
It's
that's
real.
something you go
yeah,
through.
It's real.
Yeah.
it's so real. And there's like this book. I was talking to Sam about it earlier, and it's like a kid's book, and it says like they tell you to dream big, but not to be big
Oh,
when you're little.
Where's this book?
Whoa.
It's such a good book,
Who
and like
wrote it?
I don't know. I have to find it.
Thing is,
Samira, she
well,
posted about it. and I was
Samara?
like, yes.
Samara.
She posted about it, and I was like, girl, like I love this. And like when I was younger, that was definitely the mentality
Yes.
of like I need to like prove myself to everybody, but like make myself as thin as possible.
Yes.
Like don't take up space.
Yes.
You know? But yeah.
Yes. That's it.
Wow. Thank you so much for sharing that.
Yeah, that's amazing.
How about you? I mean, you are your younger self still?
Yeah.
Oh no, actually, you know, you do have the person who you were before you found this jacket, who you're
Yes.
becoming now. Like, what advice do you have for her?
For her,
Or what advice you would like to, know for her?
I'll tell her to wear the bikini.
Yeah! Show them cheeks. Like, what?
I was like, listen, put it out there though. It's okay.
Yeah.
Like the belly, it's fine. The little rolls in the back, that's fine too. It's your body. You're going to still enjoy the sun. You're still going to enjoy the water. It's going to be okay.
Yeah.
Like a picture of you, like with a little roll. Hey, it's your body. It's fine.
Right.
Like it looks like that. So
Yeah.
and so I would tell her to definitely wear it because I used to only wear one pieces. And I have maybe like one picture in a one piece, even though that's all I wore.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even take pictures on them. I would just be like, oh no, like that's it, I'm good. Like I just look too much. Like
Right.
like everything, you can see everything. And now I'm like, okay, I wear my bikini and I feel even more confident now. And I'm a bigger size than I was back then.
Yeah.
And I feel more confident than I ever felt in that one piece.
Amazing. So wear that bikini.
Yes. Wear that dress, wear that bikini. Just wear it all.
Just
How about you,
Dress,
Sam?
dress.
I think I would tell myself to take up space. Like, don't be scared. It's okay. You're gonna be too much for some people, but that's fine.
That's not your
But
people.
take up take up space. Don't hide. And if you think it's really bad, it gets better.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes. It will always get better.
Yes.
Such a good one. I think for me, the biggest thing that I would tell little Nicole is to mind the friends that you keep. So I've experienced, I still have my best friends from 20 plus years. We're a core group of 6.
Yeah.
And, they're in Boston and I'm here and we're still close. But I also had friends that weren't good to me, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it was very interesting having both groups and gravitate and surround yourself with people that are
That's
always
it.
going to have your back and are always going to uplift you. Because it's so important. I mean, at such an impressionable age,
Yeah.
being around people that mean well is so
Yeah.
important. So.
Make better friends.
Yeah.
I love that so much. Like us, we became friends as adults, and it was hard to trust people in this world that we live in. That people have, like they have good intentions because most of the time, you want to think people do, but some people don't. And in my gullible little mind, everyone's good, but thank God I got a Gemini husband, and he told me they're not.
And Gemini bestie.
So he really gave us some time
Yeah, he did.
before he accepted her to be my friend. Mind you, she was my friend already, but he didn't accept it. But it is because of that. You have to
Yes.
we have to make sure that the people you have around you have those good intentions for you too.
Right.
Not just for your friendship, but that they want to see you win, that they're clapping for your win.
I agree
That they
with
wanna
him,
put you
yeah.
out there, in a better version of yourself, not
Yes.
a bad version of yourself. So I'm just happy that, I'm keeping a good friend and that we've, created this together to be able to
Seriously.
provide this space for
Yeah.
the people. We know that this is important because it's lacked in our community. People of our age, we don't have round tables like this where we
Right.
can have real discussions about things that matter to us, matter to the culture that we live in, matter to the children that we're raising. And it is important to have these conversations, and it's important to feel seen and to know that we are all different we all have different walks of life that we've been through but we all share a lot of the same experiences. And if we don't
Correct.
talk about it, we wouldn't know.
We wouldn't know. That's right.
Because if you're not at the table, you're on the menu.
That's
Ooh.
right.
Whoa!
If you're not at the table, you're on the menu.
I want to both. I want to be on the table and on the
No, bro, you don't want to.
You don't want to
You're gonna get chewed up. That's what they
Make them throw it out. I'll give them hot poison. They eat me off on the
Yeah.
No, listen, and we have a big responsibility as
Yes.
adults and deciding on who we bring into our lives. So
Yes.
just like she said, and just like her husband had going on, I didn't know because he didn't behave any type of way, but I can totally understand it now because I'm the same way.
Right.
Like I'm like, no, I immediately knew I would like you because I said, like I told you, if you are the person you present, like for real, there's no way I'm not gonna love you. And I was so happy that she was, right? Because when when I welcome someone, I don't have a filter.
Right,
I'm just
same.
like, I am who I am. You gotta accept me, but me too, right? Like I gotta accept you for who you are. I can't judge you for anything because nobody's perfect,
Right.
right? So I saw her, got the best of her, loved it. But if I'm bringing someone to my house, it's my kids, it's my husband, it's me.
Your safe space.
Yeah, my safe space. I can't my circle is very small. And I do have a lot of really close best friends, and some people will say, like, you have a lot of best friends. I'm like, no, but these are people that I've known.
Right.
Like, really, really known. So, this is the newest relationship that
Yes.
I've had.
Same.
But,
To this magnitude. I guess.
to this magnitude. But what I really enjoyed about our friendship in particular was that we had a lot of similarities in our family dynamics. We come from happy households. We don't bash like our relationships. Like, yeah, everybody has their day, but like 3 weeks of dealing with I hate my partner is like,
Right.
you got some things you gotta consider for yourself, but also like I don't want to bring that energy back home. Like, and I can lean into you and I can be there for you, but like, let's work. Let me help you work through this. Like, what's bothering you isn't even that. I'm not a therapist, but I'm your friend and I'm here for that. But
Make sure you're building real, relatable,
yes.
and honest friendships.
Honest,
Most important. We are honest with each other.
yes.
And
In every way.
Right. Even on the way
Really.
here, I'm like, can I tell you something? And that's all that's fine. And she was like, bitch, I don't care. And I'm like, I'm good because I think I could tell you that. Can I tell you? She's like,
Yeah.
yes, please tell me that.
want
And
you to
same,
tell me.
Same. Go ahead. I
Right,
really
right.
don't want you to tell me, but I'll accept it. Please don't tell me anything bad about me. I ain't ready to something. I'm not. I got so much good thing. I know, yes, you do. There it is.
What?
I don't know, but there it is.
I don't.
You see anybody else? I'm like, I are lying.
No.
There has to be. No, there is. My husband. There is. But enough about that. We want to thank you so much for showing up for yourself by watching Empowering Empire with Jamie and Leslie. Thank you so much for supporting us, subscribing,
Following, sharing, answering the questions in the comments.
Yes,
We
please
wanna
answer the
hear
questions in
What
the
you guys think? We want to hear all the perspectives because again, this is for all of us, and especially for the women in this room and us. I'm going to be honest
Yes.
and selfish because we have to be. You have to put
Yes.
yourself first. This makes me feel great. This makes us feel great to share this and to
to show these stories of these
Yes.
amazing women, a blog for these women. Thank you so much for showing up for yourself
Absolutely.
today and for continuously showing up for your
Yes.
community. These are content creators, people who share their lives online too, and who are inspirational
women.
and motivational to those who you
Yes.
have in your community. So
Seriously.
thank you for what
Yes.
you all do for the people in your lives and for yourselves, and again for showing up for us here today.
yes,
You truly are amazing. Thank you so much. Did we forget anything?
Back to the script. I love
We
the
forget
rating.
anything. Thank you for watching
Thanks for watching.
Don't forget to subscribe.
And like, comment, and share.